Hello, my fellow YouTubers. This is Roy back again. So, finally got my disc cut round, drilled the holes in the middle, glued on some brass disc little washers. This first motor we're going to do is a 6-banger, and we're going to set it up. First we're going to put the plates on the glass, and on this first run of this motor, I'm sure there's going to be many changes. Leave your comments. First run on this motor, we're going to put a plate on this side and a plate on this side, then a plate on this side and a plate on this side, a plate on this side and a plate on this side, 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 and a plate on this side, and a plate on this side. And when all these line up at once, all those electrons that are stored up to break out at each individual one, which depends on what material. We'll go over that right now. What's the best plates to use on this, and I'll show you where I'm at so far, how I got my information, and what my ideas are. But the amount of electrons that each plate holds should be released at one time when all these line up. On the outside right here, I'll put a collector. Right here, I'll put a collector. And right now, you can see on the floor, I got a bunch of stuff cut up. Got my can of adhesive, got my cutter, and we have assortment of things here, but nothing seems to be working out for me too good. But what I got is, this is nickel, this is copper, this is aluminum, this is tin. What else do I have? What else do I have? And somewhere I got some brass somewhere. But anyway, let's go over to where I'm working from. And I'm working from this periodic table. And let me get this out of the way so I don't damage it. And this periodic table, if you go to the, let's start off with nickel. So nickel here, let's see, it doesn't show on here. At least how the hell do you tell? Yeah, well, nickel I think was 29 electrons. I think iron was like 28, 27. Aluminum was 13 electrons. That's what it was. So nickel was 28 electrons. That tells you right there. Iron was 26 electrons. Cobalt would be 27 electrons, and it's a total in all the rings, and some rings are stronger than others, little power bands of electrons. Zinc has 30. But the fascinating thing is that aluminum you think would be good at 13. No, but we got a couple heavy hitters that I'm going to use. And tin is number 50. So there's 50 electrons in there in tin. And my favorite out of tin is what I just melted down, which is bismuth over here. There's 83 electrons in bismuth. Okay, guys? Yada, yada, yada. So if I can push 83 electrons times 12, So the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 sections coming out to the collectors at one time. That'll be 12 times 83. Do the math. That's how I'm thinking this thing works. Versus using aluminum or using any of the other stuff, which 13 electrons coming out, it's okay, it's showing some action times whatever, but to me this is pretty incredible to use the chart for the material of the electrons that you're looking to push through like a freaking pump. So anyway, yeah, solar panel out there, it's been charging every day. I got that sucker. I move it twice a day, and charges over here. Right now I got 12.27 volts. I got my inverter, and I'm going into my 2 batteries to keep those batteries working daily. Then I'll turn on the back lights I have and special little plugs, and I use that power. But mainly I use like this one, and that one that you see right now is the wall. But anyway, leave your comments, guys. It's all based on these materials for the wheel, and then we'll do a segment on capacitors. I got some great ideas on some different types of capacitors and capacitor bank of collecting the storage, and then using some super capacitors with the 2.7 volt 500 farad. Get a couple banks of those. We'll knock everything down and charge those slowly, so we have a good stable. We can build up that to equal the 2 car batteries here, and then I can match it for power based on how much capacitance I got per. I can't get the amperage like I'm doing here, but I don't need the amps. I can calculate what I'm using. So yeah, you could build a capacitor bank that can hold power, not just dump it. And that's where we're going to go with this whole collector. Electrostatic vacuum accumulator. Take it easy, guys. Leave your comments.